Well, with that majestic score from John Williams, I'm coming back from a long hiatus of the Casual Cast. It's been ages since we've actually recorded something, and I've just been watching the Star Wars trailer on repeat and playing the Battlefront 2 beta, and I'm just so goddamn hyped for December. I can't wait for this movie. But yeah, once again, I'm Sam Nicholson, your host, here with Ben Storia, like always, and also a recurring special guest, Dylan Swain. How you doing, man?
Good, mate. Thank you for having me. Did you say there's a new movie coming out in December or something?
Yeah, Star Wars 8, man. Did you not see the trailer?
Star Wars.
What is Star Wars 8?
Is that the one with Spock in it or something?
Yeah, that's right. And
Sweet.
and
Oh,
Indiana
nice.
Jones.
Yeah, I'm keen.
Yep. Yeah,
Sounds
definitely.
about right.
No, I know Star Wars is coming out. I am actually keen for it.
I'm so excited. I wasn't going to watch the trailer because the director tweeted the thing saying, oh, there's kind of spoilers in it. If you want to go in knowing nothing about the movie, don't watch the trailer. And I got through most of the day, and then last night I was like, nah, screw it. I have to watch it. So now I'm going to do, I think...
the spoilers away because I've still resisted the urge and I haven't seen the trailer yet.
I won't talk about the trailer in the podcast. I am going to put out a sort of reaction and thoughts video tomorrow, though. So definitely stay tuned for that. And Ben, how have you been, buddy?
Oh, Mr. been good. Mr. missed you, Sam. That's what I'm here for. Big podcast.
Is that Stitch, Jar Jar, or Gollum? Or all
bit of both.
three somehow had a love child?
Little column A, little column B, smidgen of column C.
Smidgen of column C.
Can't say that I've ever tried to do that before, but you know, there we are. Da-da! It's me.
Brilliant. If there's movies that I never thought I wanted until now, that's it. It'd be like not a buddy cop movie, but like a kind of like Grown Ups, except good. Just all these guys being friends, bantering about. Maybe take them to a water park, see what happens.
I thought you meant like a movie about a smooshed together Stitch, Gollum, and Jar Jar. I mean, it's just like, kill me.
Oh no, they create that beast at the end of the movie.
Yuck.
I'd
You're a
watch
terrible
it.
human being.
Sweaty scene.
You're as shit as the human who decided that Shelob got to be a human in the new Shadow of War game, which came out today. Woohoo! Shadow of
See,
War.
I don't really know what Shelob is. To my knowledge, it's the big spider.
She's
Why is
literally
it
just
a human?
spider. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it actually. Now I think about it. The more I think about it, the angrier I get.
But I take it that's mostly what you've been up to lately. Some Shadow of War. Haven't been doing much else.
By lately, I mean today. Yeah, all today.
Yeah, all
with my
today.
Lovely little 1 gigabyte download for a not-online game. All it is, but anyway. But yeah, basically that.
How
Otherwise,
many
same old,
hours
same old.
in are you?
Do you know? I want to say probably 5-6 hours. I mean,
Doing well. Solid first day in the game. And what have you been up to lately, Dylan?
Oh, you know, just gaming as well, as usual. I'm a bit of a gamer, you know, Pokemon Go, Clash of Clans, I do it all, basically. Yeah.
Hardcore games for sure.
Hardcore games, pretty much.
I
Used to play
envy
Club Penguin until they shut it down. That was my shit. I was pretty good at
those
it. But,
bastards.
yeah, global warming, you know, it happens. It's just the world we live in. Unfortunate,
those
but...
caps. Tips those
Melted the iceberg. Those
It
poor
did.
penguins are
Yeah,
stranded.
they are all dead, unfortunately.
They're in a better place. Something come with like Club Penguin.
Club
World or
Penguin
something,
Heaven.
wasn't it?
They're at Habbo
Is that a thing
Hotel.
now?
That's Club Penguin Heaven. That's
Hotel.
the afterlife.
Are you talking about my first online girlfriend was there? It was great. We talked about I don't know what do you talk about on Habbo Hotel? I think I had a chair in my
Can I go to
room. That
your
was pretty
hotel
great.
room? Sure. Can I see your hotel room? Yeah. It's got a TV.
I didn't have
I
the
imagine
money,
that's
so
how
I
the
had a
conversation
chair.
goes. You don't do much in that game.
Did none of you guys play it? No.
No.
I've
jumped
never
on it a
played it.
couple times.
I only play the real games, Ben. You know, Farmville as well. I do a bit of farming on that.
Yes, of course.
You know,
Farmtown was the shit, not Farmville, you peasants.
Farmville sets you up for a significant and profitable career in agriculture. Don't diss it.
exactly.
Sorry.
You're still
Stadium.
down.
Classic shit on Ben Day. Fuck you guys.
Fantastic. But yeah, we have taken a bit of a hiatus on the podcast. We've been a bit slow to put episodes out, same with the videos, but we're back into the swing of things. We've put out a new Fortnite video recently of the Battle Royale mode. Ben's still salty at me to this day at the outcome of that video. And the way that we lost and got eliminated, but definitely watch it if you haven't already. But we should probably move over to the first topic now, which is childhood TV shows. What did you guys used to come home from school, little Dylan with his school bag on and his bowl haircut? I'm just imagining that you had a bowl cut. You'd sit down with maybe some crackers and cheese, so excited for something after school. And what was it that you were excited to see, Dylan?
There are too many. All I did as a kid was watch TV. I could list these for ages. We've got the classic Bananas in Pajamas, Bear in the Big Blue House, Play School. You can't go wrong with Play School. What is there? Disney Channel, Nickelodeon. What was that other one? Cartoon Network. I watched it all. You name it, I've watched it.
You had the whole package.
Exactly. We had the All-Star, got all the channels, but I only needed 3. They were all there.
You're one of that top 1% rich kid. Like, you're practically Bill Gates. You're living the life as a young Dylan.
Exactly.
Well, I never knew.
It's well, what were you watching then,
I'll be
Ben?
honest.
What was I watching? I never actually had a TV. I just could watch puppet shows. That's all we could afford. As we scrounged for food on the side of the road, roadkill, soup, go to.
Hoping
Roadkill
for
soup.
buttermere acorn.
No, you painted such a vivid image of young Dylan, Sam. I want you to paint my childhood real quick, because I can't quite recall. Can you just run me through what how I'd come home, what I look like?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so Ben, little Benny Benson Storia. I imagine that was your name as a small child.
I guess, yes, I remember it fondly.
Growing up in Crookwell on a hot summer's day in a town that practically no one lives in, your school shoes, it appeared that you had school shoes because they covered the front of your feet, but your soles were that worn out, you had to tear them off. So your feet were actually burning on the road as you walked home. Actually, you didn't even have road, it was just all thistly grass.
Yeah, no,
So
I couldn't feel it
the-
anyway. The burnt feet, you know.
Yeah, definitely. You pretty much had hobbit feet at this point. The skin on the bottom of your feet had become that tough that you didn't really feel it, except you'd be covered in thistles, burn from the road, stuff like that. So you come home to your little one-room shack. It's all made of wood. Some of the planks are actually coming apart.
Yeah.
All the nails are becoming rusty. It's actually slanted to the right. And then you take off your loincloth. That's all you could have for your school uniform. You
Yeah,
take
I
off
think
your
school colours,
loincloth
though.
to relax. And you sit down, and then your mum, she has an acorn ready for you. That's going to be your dinner, and possibly breakfast and lunch for tomorrow as well.
Funny.
You
Don't
hop
eat it
down
all at
and
once.
Yeah, no, don't eat it all at once. You got to ration that shit out.
You'll make
And
yourself
then, so
feel
your
sick.
siblings, they have you don't even have like a wooden like curtain stage thing that a lot of people do puppet shows for.
Yep.
All you have is just a cardboard box from. I don't know what the cardboard box was from. I'm truly improvising this.
IGA. It was IGA. It was an IGA box.
It was IGA, a cardboard box from IGA.
Really big one.
Yeah.
About 10 by 4.
A 10x4 cardboard box from IGA.
Yep.
And so yeah, you're sitting with that, and you don't even have puppets. Actually, you had to use the dead squirrels that you found by the side of the road as your protagonists and antagonists.
What's more realistic than an actual squirrel?
Your siblings have the hands like up inside the squirrel, so that way you can still do the mouth movements as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was your childhood, little
Amazing.
Benny Benson.
I've never had my own life laid out perfectly in front of me up until now. Thank you, Sam. It's actually brought a tear to my eye. Funny you say about
You're welcome.
acorns too, because that's going to come up in some of my questions later on as well. So being an
there you
acorn
go.
enthusiast, obviously can put some input in. But yeah, no,
Well, yeah.
no, those
My
those
autobiography
puppet
of your
shows,
life is
man.
coming out soon.
You know, taking a seat, getting off my feet, just letting them rest, and then watching those puppet shows. And so, like, those puppet shows that I had the classic, you know, Cornel and Bernie, the Pigeon Boy, Angela Anaconda, Stick Around. What else was there? God, so many. Help, I'm a Teenage Outlaw. I could keep going and going and going, but all on the ABC channel, and then eventually ABC3, which to start with was pretty great.
A lot of those shows I don't know if I've seen except for Cornel and Bernie, which was a running joke in one of our old videos with Watch My Chops.
Watch My Chops.
Those other ones I don't think I ever watched. I think I was on the Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network train by then.
Oh, god damn it.
Join the crew. I've heard of Angela Anaconda. I think I've seen that back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen that really messed up show with the chick with like everyone had a grey silver face for some reason. Was that show?
That was it.
Shoo-dee-doo-doo-wop-wop. My name's Angela. Pretty sure it got the award for the worst theme of all time.
I loved it. I'd sing it every day. No, I actually hated it.
I'll tell you what show had a theme song that would always get stuck in your head, and if I sing it today, it'll be stuck in your head for the next week.
Do it.
Round the Twist.
Do it. Have you ever felt like this? Strange things happen when you're going round the twist. That was one messed up show. I didn't watch too many episodes of it, except what really turned me off, it was the episode where a kid gave birth to a tree monster.
Oh.
That did it for
me,
I
awakened
think.
something in me. It probably should not have been awakened for many years, but it awakened early.
Like that was more messed up than some shit that you get on Black Mirror these days. Like, that was some next level stuff. A small boy giving birth to a tree.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's an interesting show, but it has a quality theme song. That's all I'd really watch it for.
I'd watch the theme song and then turn it off.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there was some so strange ones. Like, there was one where a man was an ice cream dispenser, and he would, like, squirt it out of his nose, and I think it was implied he shat the chocolate colour out. And then at the end, I think he gets kissed, he turns into an ice cream machine. Stuff like that. Like, who comes up with it? What kind of kid wants
people
to
on
be
LSD.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Elephant D.
What about Ed, Ed and Eddie? I used to watch that too. That was a classic.
I did used to watch that on the old Cartoon Network as well. I can't remember much of it. What I used to really like from Cartoon Network, though, Fairly Odd Parents. That show was fantastic.
Yes.
My name's Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Mom and Dad and Vicky always get
Such a good theme song as well. I just watched the shows for the theme songs, really, and that one had a good one.
That one had a cracker. That show was hilarious from memory. Same with... Oh, no, Jimmy Neutron was Nickelodeon.
Oh, Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, wait,
Kim
was Fairly
Possible.
Odd Parents Nickelodeon? I think it was.
Yeah, Nickelodeon. Yep.
We're not sticking to channels.
What did I like from Cartoon Network then? Oh, Kids Next Door, K&D. That was a great show. Ben 10. I liked the OG Ben 10.
I never got into Ben 10. I was never a fan, really. Like,
I think I was too old when Ben 10 came out.
That might have been it. I'm not sure.
And I'm younger than you, Sambo, so
I was in like 4th, 5th
raise us some
grade.
questions.
Yeah, fair.
Huh.
And I'm definitely older than you, Dylan, so...
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many other good ones that, like, I just can't think of. The other ones that weren't on there, or actually was on Nickelodeon, was Rugrats.
Yeah,
Rugrats.
Fantastic. I can't remember how the theme song for that goes, though. Every time I think of it, for some reason, I think of the Simpsons theme.
Have you guys heard the messed up conspiracy theory about Rugrats?
Yeah.
No, do tell.
Tommy's like... Oh, you tell it. I'll let you take the stage.
Well, I can only vaguely remember it, but I'm pretty sure... Who's the girl in it? Like the girl that's a little bit older? Angelica. Yeah, you might know it better, Ben, so you might tell it. But I think she's like... what's her brother's name?
Agent?
Tommy.
Tommy? Is her brother's name Tommy?
Oh, no,
I
sorry,
think they're
Angelica's an
cousins.
only kid. Sorry.
Yeah, Angelica's an only child.
Right. I think that's part of the theory. You tell it, Ben, if you remember it.
I only vaguely remember it too, but I think it's something to do with the fact that I think Angelica is basically like insane, or she's got some terminal illness, and that she's made up all these characters to be like her friends or something, and then something to do with Tommy is suffering from like cancer or something, or is dead or something. This is just really messed up. Basically, it's all made up inside of Angelica's head, and none of it's really happening. There's a lot
and I
to
think
it.
maybe she's an only child because either her mum had a miscarriage. I'm pretty sure she had a miscarriage, so that's why she's makes up all these sort of kids or something like. It's weird. It's strange.
Yeah, well, I prefer the show as it is. I think I'm just going to let them have that conspiracy. Yeah, but
Winnie the Pooh, that's another one.
That was apparently, according to my parents, that was like my go-to as a child when I was very, very, very young. Like, wouldn't have it if Pooh Bear was on, mate. I wasn't leaving. I'm finishing my show or I'm not coming to dinner, Mum. That's fucking it. Put my foot down.
Do you want me to ruin the show for you, Ben? Ruin your childhood here?
Oh, I know that, but, ruin it again for me.
Apparently, in Winnie the Pooh, each character has some sort of mental illness. I'm pretty sure. Sam just sent me, can you all hear me? No, Sam, we cannot.
Is you muted? Sam is typing.
Audacity crashed. Oh, great.
Oh no, I think we better keep going, I guess, though. He can join back in.
Look, I don't think he's a crucial part of the show anyway. I think we'll just take over.
He's only the host. Can he hear us? Oh yeah, okay. He can hear us. Oh no.
Oh, he can hear us, can he? Yeah, I was just joking around.
Fuck you, Dill.
No, I was joking though.
Thank God he's gone. Fucking great.
Yeah, God.
He's the fucking piglet.
How shitty was his Star Wars?
Oh, sorry, he's the rablet of the fucking 100 Acre Woods. The fact that everyone in the old 100 Acre Woods and the world of Christopher Robin has some form of mental disorder. And so obviously you've got Eeyore, who is the embodiment of depression, and then there's Rabbit, who is, I'm pretty sure, anxiety. I would probably say like
ADHD, maybe.
ADHD
oh no,
or
OCD.
something.
No, the owl's
OCD.
OCD.
Would be, yeah.
The owl's OCD.
Oh yeah, I would say probably like it'd just be bipolar because it's like very quick to temper and change of mood and stuff like that. Piglet is anxiety. Pooh Bear is Alzheimer's, I think, something like that. Something.
No, I heard he's like addiction or alcoholism with all the honey.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what I heard.
Heroin.
Yeah, addictive personality.
It's a metaphor for
They
heroin.
both start with
yeah.
H.
Yep, that's the whole code word for it. But yeah, no,
Oh,
people
gonna
going
have
through
some
interviews,
heroin now.
ruining all our childhoods. Why would they do this? Why do this to me?
I'm Winnie the Junkie.
I think that was the original working title.
Winnie the Junkie.
Winnie the Junkie.
Please, Pooh. Dirty.
Fantastic. Also, I have no grasp of how long we've been going for now that my Audacity is gone. Just a side note. So,
We're
We've
about
been
20
going for
are
minutes.
you
about
able to let us
20
know where we are
minutes,
every
I
now and
We're
then?
sitting about 20, little fella.
Yeah, just under
Sitting
20.
at 20?
Sitting 20.
Alright, lovely.
Hanging back, sitting 20, drinking beers, drinking honey heroin drinks together. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh boy, here I go drinking honey heroin drinks again.
Sinking
I wouldn't do it
tinnies,
if I
smoking
didn't love
Winnie
it
the
so
Pooh.
much. Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's
That's a
us.
life to live by. But another show that I really loved watching as a kid, I first saw it on ABC and then later Nickelodeon, was Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Ooh,
I think that
that's
came out
good.
when I was in 4th or
Yep.
5th grade.
That's a good
but
one.
my god, that was one phenomenal show. I still rewatch it like every year, the whole series, to this day.
Wow.
So,
That's commitment.
I'll tell you what was also good about that show.
what?
The theme song. Well, it wasn't really a theme song, but it was just a good intro to the show.
100 years ago, the Winnie junkies attacked.
Oh. The 100 Acre Woods was under attack once again.
100 years ago, the 100 Acre Woods attacked.
And when the world needed him most, he vanished. That's Winnie the Pooh, right?
Into a
Yeah,
state
absolutely.
of drug addiction.
Yeah. You're relapsed on his program. I'm just never seen it again.
Oh, poor fella. But that, and as well as Arthur. Arthur was one
Oh,
cracking
of course,
TV show.
Arthur.
And if someone tries to tell you otherwise, well, fuck them. And it spawned a meme that lasted for way too long, that
Yep.
Fisk meme. But
I actually named my pet after a character in that TV show.
Yes.
did you name it Spot after
No, I
Arthur's
think...
dog
Is it
Spot?
Binky?
Was it called Spot? Maybe I
Yeah,
named the
Arthur's
pet
dog was
wrong.
Spot.
Was there a dog named Pal in the show somewhere?
Yeah, there was.
Oh no, it
Yeah.
was
Arthur's
Pal.
dog was
It
Pal.
was shit. No,
Because I named
you're
my
right.
dog Pal back in the day after that show.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That
I nearly
show,
named
I
my
would say,
dog Pal
shaped
as
my
well.
morals, 100%.
Oh, definitely.
I can't even remember what the show was about. All I can remember from it now is just that meme.
Always got like a
When you're
moral
angry,
story
hit
to
your
it.
little sister. Was that your main takeaway from it, Ben?
Oh yeah, man, did I beat some kids? Arthur told me to do it.
Arthur told me. It's not my fault at all. But no, you're right actually, because I remember nearly naming my dog Pal as well, because I got one when I was quite young, but instead I named it after the main character of another show that I loved, which was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. My God, did I love that show so much, so I named him Leo, and
Nice.
after Leonardo, the main turtle. But God, that series was perfect. If I had to pick a few series that I liked the most from this period of time, so from when I was like, let's say 5 years old to 13 years old, it'd be Avatar: The Last Airbender, Transformers Armada, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, definitely.
Yeah, fair enough. They're all very
Loved
solid
it.
shows. I reckon even now, if they were to air them, I think they would still hold up. Maybe not to the extent that they did, but they've still got the potential to be like a great TV series that kids probably now wouldn't know about. I think we're getting to that stage where
Definitely.
the shows that we grew up with at our younger age are becoming unknown to like the next generation kind of thing. So maybe
And it's
a
quite
smart
sad.
move
Kid,
to
yeah,
remake
no, kids these days, if they want to grow up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they had the shitty Michael Bay movie. And if my kids are like, oh, let's watch the shitty Michael Bay movie, I'm gonna kick them in the teeth and show them what's good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What did you say they remade Arthur? And I don't know, it just isn't the same. It's like
Did they
different
remake
animations.
Arthur?
Yeah, it's like different animations, and I just think it's not as good. Like the story that I watched, I've only seen 1 or 2 episodes at home. Just has just been on TV and just running in the background, and yeah, it just seems shit. So I don't know. Maybe kids will not beat their sisters, but be shit people. What's the trade-off, guys? What do we have to give up to get something in return?
Everything comes with sacrifices.
That's it.
That's exactly right.
But yeah, I reckon if they were to
Sacrifice
release
a little
them-
sister for good entertainment.
Hopefully not remade though. Remade or reimagined. Just as they were. Pure good shows. But one
Pure
thing,
good stuff.
were you guys into any of the classic like Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon?
Absolutely.
Pokemon's
Digimon.
good.
I loved Digimon for a while there. All those classics. And then
I just
dived
thought of
deeper
another
into-
classic though.
You go.
Bob the Builder.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was the
yes.
shit. That was the shit.
If you're talking about Toddler Sam, let me dial it back a bit for you guys. Strap in, I'm going to tell you a really brief and kind of shit story that isn't going to have much payoff.
I'm intrigued.
Toddler Sam, I used to love Bob the Builder, right? I had all the toys of every single character, literally every character I had a toy of. And I used to always sit in my sand pit that was in the backyard, and for hours upon hours, so my mother tells me, I would sing the theme song while playing with these toys at the top of my lungs for like 3 hours straight, and it would annoy the shit out of the neighbors. They'd always complain about it. And always come over like, oh, can you just like shut your kid up? I've heard the Bob the Builder song like 60 times.
Can you just shut your kid up?
I think that
Like,
just
you know, kick him in the
reinforces
teeth.
my point. I think that reinforces my point that what makes a good TV show as a kid is the theme song. That's what it comes
Oh,
down
definitely. Like, just think of Pokemon. If that isn't one banging theme song in nearly every generation, I don't know what
to.
is.
Sam, I've got it on my iPod and I'm not embarrassed. I don't even skip it when it comes on. I enjoy it.
Because everyone knows it's good.
Man, I've heard that many remixes of it, like going out on like weekends and shit in the club, and it's made me start to despise it. So hopefully I'll never hear it again remixed. If you guys ever
You
heard
give me
remixed-
nothing but nightmare stories
I've
about
never.
Canberra clubs and soundtracks sometimes.
Look, I just have a very peculiar taste in music, and it's not electro. I'm so sorry. Sam, I'm sorry.
Well, I'd much prefer the rock version of the Pokemon theme song than some like dubstep version or something.
What about
So
just the Pokemon theme song as it is? Because it's pretty.
yeah, that's what I
upbeat.
mean. Like the regular rock one. That's what I
Oh,
mean.
I thought you said something else. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going
No, I
deaf
didn't.
in the
You
old
need to
age.
learn to listen or you're off the show.
Follow me. I'm Ben Sadia.
But no, I loved Pokemon. Had all the cards, played most of the games, watched all the shows. Naruto I loved as well. Dragon Ball Z I only got into a little bit. But yeah, those are probably my main Japanese ones that I loved.
Did you guys ever actually like battle with the cards?
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I lost that many
Actually,
cards and had some heartbreak over them. It's insane.
I never
you're
did. I spent so
Oh.
much money on just getting the cards to like never play with them.
Oh,
Just to have
actually,
man,
the
I
cards.
remember.
I'm pretty sure
I
I
remember
still
in the
have all
fourth
my
grade.
packs at home. Wow.
Oh, really? Wow.
That's
I don't
pretty
have
cool.
any of them anymore. I sold them all to Lockie, your cousin Dylan. I remember in
yeah.
like fourth grade, but I remember I used to play with heaps of people at school. In like year 4, that was when it really took off when I was
Yeah.
in primary school.
Same.
Yeah,
It's
that's
such
when
a
I used to
shitty
play
game, though,
all
as
the Pokemon cards.
cards.
We used to battle with it. I actually, now that I think about it, I don't think anyone actually knew what they were doing when we tried to play the game, the battle game. I think we all just made shit up. I don't think anyone actually knew the rules and just sat there and be like, no, I own that one now. It's because this one has, 2 power. Just give me the card.
But I don't think people realise how hard it is as cards. You have to, calculate how much HP you've got left and all that. It's just too hard.
Yeah, I can't imagine 10-year-old me doing that.
Yeah, it's easy if it's a computer game because it tells you, but that's just way too hard to keep track of.
I remember I was actually quite the swindler when it came to collecting cards back in the day. Because I remember I had so many fakes. You could peel stickers off and see what the actual card behind it was. But the fakes, they were fake, really good cards. Except they're like Pokemon, for example, be like a Charizard, but a water type. They were so obviously fake and really powerful as well. And I used to give those out so I'd get the actual collections. I'd be like, oh well, the last one I needed this Bulbasaur evolution I can get from this kid because he wants my water Charizard. So I just give him the shitty fake one and that's how I built my collection. Mostly off fake cards.
You ever consider that?
No, I was not a good kid.
Where'd you get the fake ones at?
Off other kids. I don't know if they knew they were fake or what, but I'd give them shitty real cards for their fake cards, which were powerful, and then give them the powerful fake cards to get the real ones that I wanted.
Right.
Factory at the back.
Yeah, no, I was just driving slave labor. I had a heap of people working for me. It was a sweatshop, if you will, in my garage, just pumping out fake cards for me, and I would pay them with sugar pills, and that was about it.
Hey guys, in my garage with my Pokemon cards. Not really Pokemon cards, but no one needs to know that.
But yeah, so that I was a legit businessman as a 10-year-old.
There you
I'm
go.
going straight to prison one day. I'll come back to haunt you,
probably.
I guarantee it.
Come get me, Nintendo. I dare you.
That and Yu-Gi-Oh, man. The old no swap backs. That got me. That hit me right in the heart. We had a rule after a while because of no swap backs that at school, no swap backs rule didn't exist. I remember the teacher or the principal, whoever it was, got up and said, I don't know what these card games are, but no swap backs isn't real. If you swap cards, they can most certainly get them back. And so people just would swap.
That's bullshit. That's not the real world. You can't just do that.
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's safe Yu-Gi-Oh, and that just shouldn't exist.
It's just corrupting our childhood.
It's time to duel. Oh man, that's what I remember from the show.
Do you guys remember the Tamagotchis as well?
Oh,
yeah, I
Everyone
had
had
one.
one.
don't get
Everyone
me
had
started.
Tamagotchis.
I had 8.
Did you actually?
I was so bad at taking care of those things. It'd be like, oh, I'm starving, give me a meal. And I'd just be looking at that thing with sadistic pleasure, starve, bitch, starve.
I have never heard of that. That's really disturbing.
Thinking back now, I was a horrible child.
We can do some dark things about you, Sam, yeah. Maybe you should just be
It's
careful.
like a therapy session.
Dark boy.
Bloody hell.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, well, we've truly derailed here from our main topic, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nostalgia.
new topic, how horrible I was as a kid.
Yeah, Sam, you're a shit kid. Moving on. Well established.
Still am.
Nostalgia train has no brakes.
Gotta love that nostalgia train. But yeah, no, I was a bit of a crazy kid. And being a crazy kid, naturally you'd think that I would grow up to join some sort of crazy fan base. And that is my poor attempt at a segue to topic number 2.
I love
for
it. Perfect
today's
lead in.
show. Yeah. Oh, you thought it was perfect? Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, so topic number 2. What do we think are some of the craziest fan bases getting around these days? I have a definitive answer that fits in with the time, specifically right now. But over time, there's been a bunch. I mean, you've got your bronies, super dedicated Star Wars fans. They're what I call original trilogy purists. They're evil. I don't know. You've got stuff like ISIS.
ISIS.
No, there are a lot of horrible fan bases getting around these days. But yeah, what kind of sticks out to you guys?
Well, I think one that kind of meshes into 2 would have to be the old Directioners, Believers kind of fan base there, because no matter what, you can't have a civil conversation with someone if you're not for them. If you're saying that, hey, I don't like their music, I don't think it's good, you're gonna get 365 illegitimate reasons as to why you are a racist, a bigot, a shit taste in music, and the fact that you should probably change your hair to look like one of them. In that order.
Oh my god, you hate the one that has dark hair? Do you hate people with dark skin too? You're a racist!
That's it. Dark skin, that's probably... They're a fucking anti-Semitic band. That's it. You heard it here first.
I think we're pretty lucky now, though, that they've split up and Justin Bieber's his music's really changed a lot. And I think his fan base has changed that we don't really have to deal with those people anymore, thank God.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I can't think of actually a current equivalent for 2017. Actually, there are a lot of fans of shitty people like, I shouldn't say shitty people,
Logan Paul.
Stuff like Logan Paul and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty vocal and annoying fan bases these days too. I think they're taking that boy band trend.
Can I tell you what annoys me most about Jake Paul?
His face.
Go for it.
Second most. No, he calls his fan base Jake Paulers.
Oh.
Like, is that Jake Paulers? That's
Man,
how
he's
up
just
yourself
up
do you
into
have to
that
be?
one.
Just to boost his god status and his ego,
Exactly.
Oh man,
Jake Paulers.
Yeah.
I just can't get over the fact that he got so much hype over that quotation marks rap video he put out, and everyone defends it to the fucking T when the song itself, like, it doesn't flow at all.
Oh, don't
They
get me
use
wrong.
words that
It is
don't
quality
rhyme.
music. Don't get me wrong. It is quality music.
my God.
It is on my iPod, but yeah,
Is
I
it
don't like the guy
actually?
personally. But God, he produces some bangers.
What? I will
I can't say I've got
No,
music.
it's terrible. It's
When
terrible.
he brought out, you can hear at the start, it says like Audio Monkey or whatever he got the music from has a music.
Does
Oh,
it
that's
actually?
right.
Yeah.
No
Straight
way.
up a stolen beat.
100%. If you listen to it, like right before he starts to rap or something, you can hear it say the timestamp or like whatever they call it, the brand stamp.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I saw a video about that. It was either from H3H3 or someone like that, where they've, totally called him out.
And just like
I can't wait for someone like iDubbbz to totally roast him.
Oh, everyone's already tried, and it started that whole roasting phase where everyone put up rap videos dissing people, diss tracks. That was it. Just stupid.
it was
Not a
on
fan.
YouTube.
But
I do have to respect the guy though for what he's done. Like, I reckon he's an idiot, but he's an absolute genius as well at the same time.
To be able to grow yourself like that, absolutely.
Man,
come
he's
up
the
out of
he's the
nowhere
biggest
and
name
become
on
a
YouTube at the
god.
moment, and
Yeah.
it's obvious that
I don't think
you know
he's the
his
biggest
rap
name.
battles were one of the biggest names. Well, definitely
Absolutely one
for
of the biggest.
trending topics at least. But his rap battle, it's so obviously fake for money, and that's kudos to him for doing that. Like if that's what he wants. But he even mentions in one of his rap lyrics, like, get my merch, link is in the bio. Like, it's obvious what he's doing, and so many people follow him, and he's tricked so many people into basically making
He's
money for
making
him.
that paper.
That's
Yeah.
it. The people that follow him though is like the key demographic of like the bulging young population, and just the fact that they'll listen to anything they deem as cool. Just the whole reaction videos kind of thing, but in a way that they pander, and it's not like actual content.
Yeah, definitely.
If you know
Like,
what I mean.
I think
like,
you can do reaction videos the right way. But
Yeah, no, that's exactly that's
yeah,
what I mean.
the whole
Like they
culture
don't
isn't
do
good.
it like for the fact that they enjoy doing it, and that's why I think he himself is just a shit person.
Definitely. So yeah, I guess fan bases and people like that aren't the best. But my current example, especially after what's happened this week, is the Rick and Morty fan base.
Oh,
The
yes, I
hardcore.
was going to say that, yes.
I love Rick and Morty. Don't get me wrong. I think the show is pretty good. It can be pretty overrated, but it's pretty damn good. I really like the show. But oh my god, all these people having tantrums over this goddamn Szechuan sauce, or however the fuck you say it. Oh,
Szechuan.
got on my nerves. Like, have you seen the videos of some people who were in there, like, because it was super limited, so a lot of these McDonald's stores are running out, so they started jumping up and down on the counters and shit like that. Like,
was this recently?
give me my Szechuan sauce. It's like,
Yeah,
fucking hell,
wow.
people going ballistic over their orange meme juice. Man.
Can I say, though, I'm not defending what those people did. I reckon it's pretty stupid to get that angry over a sauce. But McDonald's, in some stores, from what I've heard, only had like 20 to 70 packets of the things. And if you saw the videos, there were like thousands of people lined up per store, and they get 20 to 70. Like, some people
That's
traveling
right.
hours to try this shit.
And it was caught that a lot of employees were taking a bunch of them and flipping them on eBay for like $1,000.
Man, they were
And
going
people
for
buying
so
them.
much.
Do they know why
Yeah.
they didn't like re-release it? Like, is there a reason why they won't just bring it back out? So
I think it's a
they are
shitty
bringing it
sauce.
back out for a limited time again, except they're going to make sure no store is like doesn't They're going to make sure no store runs out. They're going to give a lot to a lot of stores over a couple of days.
Is it actually going to
I'm
happen?
pretty sure it's not even good. Like, it got discontinued for a reason. I don't know what the hype's all about. It's literally just a meme. It's not actually good sauce.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but then if you tell a Rick and Morty fan that, the super hardcore, they'd be like,
True.
you just don't understand the show.
It's just
Like,
a
the
high
show's too
intelligence.
smart for you. It's like, far
It's
out.
the
I can understand
cringiest
that, though.
thing.
I know what you mean. Like, if they were to re-bring it out, and if it is a shit sauce, it's going to die out so quickly. And just to start reproducing it would be worth it money-wise. So I can see what you're saying.
No, reproducing it is absolutely worth the money. Look at all the people, look at the demand for it at the moment. Even if it's shit, put it out. Make
But
sure there's enough for everybody.
how do
Make
you-
sure those hundreds of people lined up
How
all
do you know
get
it's enough,
some.
though? That's the thing. Like, how do you know what is enough? How long do you keep producing something until, like, you know there's going to be no demand for it? Like, if they keep producing millions of units and they're wasting all this money for someone who may not buy it in 2 days' time, like, they're going to have to store it in so many different stores. All those stores are going to be, like, swamped.
Memes
Oh, no,
don't
do it
have a
for
really
limited
long
time
life
again,
either.
so you
Yeah,
don't
but
have
like
to keep producing it.
Then they
But-
do it for a limited time and the same thing will happen. It'll run out for a certain amount of people at these certain stores and then it's just a repeat.
Yeah, I guess so, but every time you did that, it's guaranteed money.
Yeah, but like to Macca's, that small amount of money they would make compared to what they make every day.
That's
Like
true.
it's just not.
I reckon
just venture
I don't know, how often do you see hundreds of people lined up outside of McDonald's?
every night out in Civic or anywhere in the cities. Probably.
But
weekly.
I
Yeah,
think
but
the
it's not like
reason
every
the
store.
the reason the sauce is popular in the first place is because of scarcity, isn't it?
No, I think it's
No, it's just
honestly
because of
people
the
on
show. It's just a meme.
Yeah, but
Yep.
the show, it didn't exist. I mean, it existed, but it wasn't. You couldn't get it when the show talked about it.
No,
So the
but-
Yeah,
fact
that's right.
that you can't get it anywhere and they're bringing it out for a short period made people want to get it. If it just became available everywhere, if I was a Rick and Morty fan, I wouldn't actively go out and get it because I know I'll just get it next week. If it's only available for one day at this location, then maybe I'd be like, okay, I need to go and get that. The scarcity creates the demand, I reckon.
Yeah, but like that is a result of the show. Like it would never have
Yeah,
come back
yeah,
to the show.
absolutely.
Yeah.
No one
Absolutely.
even knew what it fucking was. It was from the Milan movie, that's like 1996, 1997. That's the one time it was available. No one would have fucking knew it existed if it weren't for Rick and Morty again. Like, everyone would have forgotten about
All I
it.
did was find one big source that was a thing and decided they'd use it, and then moved on.
It-
Mm-hmm.
The creators of Rick and Morty, actually, I'm pretty sure they tried the sauce on YouTube and they didn't even like it. Like, it's not even a good sauce.
Good. Congratulations, you've played yourself, guys. That's the only source you get for the rest of your lives.
If they're smart, they should buy a lot and just resell it like people are doing on eBay.
Too much.
Yeah, and there's a lot of idiots out to buy it. And then when you ask them about it, you just don't understand the meme.
Is that
You don't get the
general
show.
consensus?
It's too smart for
Rick
you.
and Morty fans are idiots, so I'm an idiot.
I'm a
You're
Rick
just
and
a
Morty
Morty.
fan, but I'm not that.
I'm not that either.
I would never say someone is too unintelligent to get the show.
No. No, each
Maybe
to
that's
their
just
own.
because you don't get the show, Sambo. If you had a higher IQ, maybe you'd understand.
Oh, true. Oh, you've got me, man. I'm just gonna have to leave now. Raise up that IQ, then watch the whole series again.
Did you just like grease up that IQ?
Yeah, grease up that IQ. Get it nice and greasy.
Oh yeah, okay, I've definitely misheard then. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Yeah, I can't even remember what it was I said, but it definitely wasn't grease up.
Grease me up, woman. It's time
Grease
for
me,
Szechuan
IQ
sauce and
woman.
Rick and Morty. I don't know why you turned Irish for a bit there, but don't worry about it. But yeah,
Irish, Scottish,
Um,
same thing.
what was yours then, Sam? Did you say yours already?
Yeah, mine was Rick and Morty.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Mhm.
Well then, Dylan, what is your crazy fan base?
Mine was going to be Rick and Morty. Now,
Oh, shit.
I don't know. Did we say the Bronies?
No, we didn't. We didn't touch
No.
the little bronies.
I've never understood what the appeal is about that. Can someone explain that to me? Why, middle-aged men enjoy watching a kid's movie about ponies?
Yeah, look, I can't-
Because it's about love and happiness, Dill. How dare you deny them that love and happiness and sunshine and rainbows from your life?
Man,
No,
I
I'm kidding. I've
can't
never actually
wait
watched an episode, but
until I'm a middle-aged man and I can join them. That's the only prerequisites. You got to be a middle-aged man and love the show. So I'm halfway there, man.
And a neckbeard. You have to have a neckbeard. That's
Oh yeah,
part of the
true.
code.
And a fedora for going out.
Fedora, yeah.
And for our meetups and stuff. Yeah. Well, I'll have you know, I didn't watch it. Was on TV because my sister wanted to watch it. I watched the making of the new My Little Pony movie, so I'm basically, I know everything about
You're in. You have a foot in the door.
What's the Rainbow Dash? That's the one. All about Rainbow Dash.
I don't know what that means.
The other ones. I can't remember the other ones.
Oh, is Rainbow Dash one of the characters?
Yeah.
But
It sounds like... Oh, you go, Dill.
Can you guys imagine how creepy it is for like little girls to go and watch a new My Little Pony movie at the theater, surrounded by heaps of neck-bearded old guys, like greasy old neck-bearded guys? It's weird.
Yeah, the weirdest thing
I don't know what got them into it.
I don't know, but every time they all group up and they're watching things in the movies, they're always going, bronies, bronies, bronies. So that's probably the thing that puts the little girls off most. That was one of the weird
Yes,
things.
probably.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I think how it probably starts out, knowing no bronies myself, but I think probably how it starts, to probably watch it ironically, and then there's probably something about the show that will still drag you in. Whether it could have an intriguing plot, who knows? You might love the characters, you might just be there for the positivity and the rainbows shooting out of their eyeballs. I don't know.
Maybe,
but something
Sambo.
definitely drags them in.
Maybe you need to do... He's a closet brony. Maybe you should do a series where you start watching the show and discover what
please.
the appeal is, and see if you get transformed into a brony or
We'll
not.
do a series where you do
I
that
definitely
for all
should.
the
It'll be like in a
fanbases.
current affair thing, yeah.
Exactly. Find what the appeal
I
is.
have my foot in the door in the brony culture. Having watched 3 episodes, I'm starting to get the appeal of Radagast, the unicorn.
I can feel the neckbeard growing as we speak.
The
Sam.
neckbeard intensifies. And Radagast is a Lord of the Rings
I was
character.
gonna
I
say,
couldn't remember the name
If
of
you
the
ever
unicorn before. But
use Lord of the Rings in a My Little Pony reference again, I will find you. And I will kill you.
when do the Ents and Gollum come in? You'll find out on the next episode of Bronies Uncovered.
Brony,
Dun,
the
dun,
ball,
dun, dun.
see?
The Brony Ball Scene.
Dirty. Man, this is unhappy topics.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I actually can't even fathom it. I got no idea.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Well,
if
fun.
they want to watch the show and enjoy it,
Yeah,
I
that's
have
all.
nothing against that. It's just, I don't know, I find it quite strange.
Mm-hmm. Each to their own. Each to their own. That's the same
Exactly.
with all these kind of things. Oh, he's gone again. Oh, no.
Oh, Sam's gone again.
No, no.
I was asking what time we're up to. I
Oh.
haven't gone at all. I thought I could subtly put it in the chat.
About 44 minutes, so we better get on to the last topic.
Absolutely.
Um,
Alrighty. Well, upon now discussing if I should do this brony series or not, I'm not sure whether I'd rather be a brony and know what they're all about, or not be a brony and just let the mystery remain. Because it does actually intrigue me what draws these people in. But speaking of Would You Rather, we're going to spin that again for the second episode in a row, and Ben has some questions for Dylan and I. So it's probably going to be a trend. For every recurring guest, we're going to do a game of Would You Rather. This is actually the third time that Dylan Swain's been on the show, except the other podcast unfortunately didn't work out. There was some technical difficulties there. So we did play a really good game of Would You Rather, but unfortunately that'll never get into your ear holes. But hopefully Ben has some good questions lined up for us this time.
but yeah, no, we're back again with the fucking Would You Rathers. And this week, putting a little bit of a spin on it with the man himself, the devil's advocate Dylan, giving us a little bit of information earlier. I'm going to try and provoke some stranger, probably weirder things that you wouldn't really argue or talk about normally, but
I
we'll
will
see if they
argue
can.
anything.
Yeah, so
Bring it on.
We're going to keep doing something like that. And to start us off, a weird thing that I actually found out, this was actually a while ago, and made me think of it, was China actually banned the seductive eating of bananas online. And I mean, like, come on guys, eating fruit online, that was my go-to for a good afternoon. Packet of chips and some seductive banana eating. Anyway, so I want you guys to
Reminds me of
work out.
Vaseline.
Oh,
Do you guys
I know
think-
what you mean by a good afternoon.
Hey, he's
Yeah.
got it. He's got it. Anyway. But I want you guys to talk about, do you guys think that bananas are an indecent fruit and should be banned from all online medias?
Indecent fruit. Ooh.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I don't like the taste of bananas, but I think we should have the freedom to eat them in whichever manner we want online.
I think that was a very extensive metaphor there, Sambo. Elaborate metaphor there.
Well, the way I look at it is porn banned in China?
I don't know.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
I think so.
But this
It
was
is.
from like
Man,
streaming
Facebook's
Well,
banned
fuck,
in
if
China.
bananas
What do they
are all
have?
they've got, then...
This was like, okay, so this was banned from like YouTube and streaming anywhere. You can't like have any banana in your thing. Which was the bit that got me.
Look, for the sake of being a devil's advocate,
Mm-hmm.
I will... Look, I enjoy freedom of speech, so I'd say we're allowed to have banana porn if we want, but I'm gonna argue against it by saying maybe there's a better use of time than making that sort of stuff and consuming it.
We want bananas, we
Well,
want them
look.
eaten any way that we like. And you can't stop
Well,
us.
I agree, there is a definitely better use of your time than seductively eating a banana. But, I mean, look, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. How can you deny someone that complete and utter pleasure of watching that delicious yellow thing shoved down someone's throat hole?
I'd agree.
It's-
Look, I'd also argue that there's a lot more weirder stuff that hasn't been banned yet. There's a whole YouTube channel where an Asian lady, I'm not sure what country she's from, but she squishes food with her face. Different types of food every episode. That's all she does. Like, she'll get a cake and just squish her face onto the cake. That's her channel. And,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
millions
and
of
in
views.
Japan... Oh, sorry, you go ahead, man. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm just saying it has millions of views. So there's a market for weird food fetishes, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, a huge thing in Asia right now on Twitch is people watching people overeat. So one person will buy as much food as they can and try to eat it all to the point where they vomit. And they have to do that on stream. Like, people just watch them eat till they vomit. And that has taken off in Japan and, like, South Korea and shit.
Oh no.
That's a bit weirder to me than seductively eating a banana.
Wherever I sent you guys, I'm so sorry on the spiritual journey of banana eating to overeating Twitch channels. Look, honestly,
It's a good journey.
I just wanted to hear you guys have a bit of a debate over whether or not you think that the phallic fruit, the banana, is an indecent fruit or not. I thought that'd be pretty funny. And look, you guys delivered as much as I could have expected. But I think the indecisive answer, despite our devil's advocate, is that no, bananas aren't an indecent fruit.
It just reminded me, though, I'm pretty sure, isn't there a movie where one of the characters has to stop eating penis-shaped fruit? I can't.
Oh,
I feel
yeah,
like
that's
it's Jonah
Superbad.
Hill or someone. Yeah.
Yeah, super bad. He had this mental illness where he
Oh,
couldn't
keep
stop
drawing
drawing
dicks.
dicks, and they
Exactly.
ended up banning penis-shaped food from him. So I feel like if there's anyone who would
corrupting our
definitely
children,
watch that kind of
basically,
content,
so-
it would be that kid. Yeah, there's proof. Superbad is living proof that
Exactly.
people are into people eating phallic fruits.
The
pretty
children.
much.
What's
wake
next?
up,
Like
the
cucumber?
children.
Are they going to ban cucumber? Are they going to ban pineapple?
Pineapple. That's a bit of a stretch.
Literally.
Yeah, that was the point.
literally.
Literally.
Yeah, you must be well endowed if you got a pineapple. Good bloody hell.
I wouldn't say well endowed. I would say rather unfortunate.
Unfortunately endowed.
I'm unfortunately endowed with a penis that is
Mr. and Mrs.
rather
Nicholson?
large in circumference and has many spikes.
Many spikes.
Mr. and Mrs. Nicholson, I'm sorry to inform you, but your son is, unfortunately, endowed. Alright, moving on from that, another just real quick one I was just trying to have an argument about is, do you guys think that the fibrous, red on the outside and ever so white and juicy on the inside apples are actually a meat?
A meat.
Yeah.
What?
On what basis? What?
Oh no,
Has there been a study done or something?
Oh no, I just want you to think apples actually
People
meat.
beating their meat to apples now?
No, apples actually meat.
Oh,
Meat.
apples actually meat. Only if you take the apple from the apple cow. If it's taken from one of the few animals that actually grow apples on them, such as this apple cow, then yes, it is a meat.
Oh.
And as a I'm not actually a vegan or a vegetarian, but if I was, I would not eat those apples. As they
Man,
are
if you wouldn't eat apples, what would you eat as a vegan or vegetarian? You couldn't eat anything.
No, you can't. Technically, all the plants and shit are living as well before you eat them and before they're uprooted, so you can't eat fucking anything.
Coming from cows.
Look, I would argue that an apple is a form of meat, and I do have evidence for this.
Yep.
I've just done a quick Google. Meat definition. The first result, it actually has two definitions, would you believe? The first one is what we would all know, the flesh of an animal, typically a mammal or bird. But the second one is actually an archaic definition, which is, it literally says this, food of any kind. So I rest my case, an apple is a food of any kind, and therefore meat.
He's done it.
Drop the
He's
phone.
found out the quick answer that I saw when I looked up this. I was unsure if anyone
really?
would actually get it. Yeah, that genuinely was going to be my argument when I ended it, was that due to an archaic meaning in some whoever defined it, that no matter what it was, any food is a meat, and therefore you are both wrong. But you have beaten me, good sir. You are now the host. I bid you farewell.
Well,
I mean, I also argued that it's meat, but not from a scientific origin.
Well done, well done. Alright, so now that we've had our early introductory tangents and a bit strange one, I'll hit you with a would you rather. I think one that we've probably used before, and the one that came out last week that we couldn't actually argue was, would you rather have no filter and say everything, or would you rather have have a filter, but that filter is so strong you'll never be able to talk again? So you either say literally everything that comes to mind, or you never speak another word.
Everything, hands down.
Everything?
Otherwise, if I went the other way, I'll give you a preview of what this podcast would be like.
I prefer this Sambo better. Can we just have this one from now on?
Oh, man.
Come on, you set that one up.
Yeah, I did. I teed you up for that.
No, I like to think I don't really have a strict filter as it is, so I don't know how different it would be.
Yeah, but say if you had some weird, deep regress thing that no one ever knows about, you would have to come out and say it anytime you talked about it. Like, if you're watching a show or something weird with your family or something like the sort, and something came to mind that was, you probably didn't want to say, you're like, man, I did all that, dude. And you just come out and say it, and you're like, oh shit, there we go.
So are you saying that everything you think,
yes,
you say?
Everything you think comes out, so there's no filter
So
whatsoever.
not everything... So it's not just like, oh, I might tell Ben this story. Actually, wait a second, that's embarrassing. I'm not going to say it. It's not like that. It's if I start thinking about something weird, it comes out vocally.
Everything you think you say. That's what I mean. Like, there's literally not a filter at all.
That would be pretty shit. But I don't think I could survive never talking again.
Yeah, look, that's probably the argument I would give myself.
Look, you're doomed if you do, you're doomed if you don't. I'd rather talk anyway. I mean, fuck it. You might lose some people on the way.
Maybe some people would appreciate the honesty.
That's where I was going with that. Some people, I think, might appreciate the honesty, even if you're like, look, I think your gums are a little bit too grey for my liking, or I wish that your nostril was about 6 meters wider. I don't know, something like that. General thoughts that I have day to day that could offend some people, but
boy, I wish I could be anywhere other than here. These people that I'm talking to are the worst. Hey, that's a really cool light. Or maybe I should change the color of this wall. Anyway, moving on from these things, because every time we talk about it, it's a lose-lose situation. And another lose-lose situation for a would you rather is, guys, would you rather be itchy forever or sticky forever? Two of my personal
itchy, you can
hates.
alleviate that kind of.
No, itchy forever. So you itch it and that itch doesn't go away. You're just scratching it, it comes straight back. It doesn't relieve. So you've got itch all over your body. You're just itchy. Or you've got like the sticky feeling all over your body. And I know personally if I have an itch I can't scratch, it's probably the thing I hate secondly, like the most actually. I would say it's the thing I hate the most, and secondly, I hate being sticky. So for me, this is a real fucking shit scenario, but I'm not the one who has to argue
With
it.
this sticky situation, are you genuinely sticky, or
Yeah.
did you just feel that way? Like, so if I sat shirtless onto a leather couch, I would stick to
You're
it, like if
sticky.
you were heaps sweaty. Or, for example, if I hug someone, would be permanently attached because I'm now kind of made of Velcro and I stick to everyone. Oh my god! Hey, did you ever play that, I can't remember what it's called, but that game where you're a giant ball of rubbish and you just collect shit and roll around? I would pick the sticky one because I could become that ball. I could just run into a bunch of people, have them all stick to me.
That's not how
and
sticky
just
doesn't
roll
work,
around.
Sam. It doesn't, like, pass on to the next person. There'd just be two people stuck to you front and back. Never leave.
Well, in my headcanon, the sticky thing is... it's a highly contagious disease. Once one sticky person touches you, you become a sticky person.
It's technically called
It's just
sticky
stats.
person. I'm sorry, Sam.
And we all
you have
become one
sticky
big... I think it was
person.
called Katamari. You become one big Katamari ball of fun and pleasure and stickiness.
Yuck.
I don't know. I'm going to argue the opposite. I'm going to go with itchy. Because I feel like I enjoy itching myself. When I've got an itch, it feels good when you itch it.
Yep.
Does it not? Am I
But it
weird, or
feels
is
good
that...
because the itch goes away.
I don't think
Whereas
it's
this
because the itch
never
goes away. I think it's the process. I think it's the process of the itching feels good.
Yeah.
You think so?
So you reckon you could have
I
some
reckon
weird suit or something that was always scratching at you no matter what you're doing, and you're just in pure ecstasy every moment of the day?
Yeah, exactly. But I
I know
also
why I'm
think...
in my big sticky Katamari ball.
I also think that being sticky, that's not something you can deal with. But if you were itchy all the time, I reckon you would soon, after a while, get used to it, that you just wouldn't itch anymore. You'd be itchy, but like you just wouldn't even think about it. Whereas you can't not think about being sticky because shit sticks to you when you hug people, you know? So I reckon itchy.
Yeah, fair enough. Look, you've both got... Okay, sorry. Dylan has a pretty good answer there. He's got something that could actually be plausible. Sam has turned himself into the Orochimaru ball. I can't remember what you called it.
Also, I want to
He's
add
something
one
that's
more
one
point.
giant ball of people in rubbish.
I do want to add one more point. In certain public situations where you don't want to embarrass yourself, it's easy enough to hide being itchy than it is to, you know, hide being sticky. You can't hide that. So if I was like with my girlfriend or something and I didn't want to be, you know, I could just not itch. I would be thinking about it, but I don't have to actually scratch. And if you're not, even if I did, I can do it occasionally. People itch all the time. It's not a weird thing. However, if you hug her and she sticks to you, that's a weird thing. You can't really disguise that.
You're looking in
I don't
her eyes and
know,
you're
well,
like, we're married
With
now.
the sticky thing, with the sticky thing, you have the option of A, not hugging and touching people, or B, not caring about if people see it, and people can be in awe of your giant ball. Like, you'll be rolling down Main Street with 60 other people attached. You're like, oh boy, here comes that giant Katamari person rubbish ball again. It'd be great. You'd be like the town attraction.
That's what she said.
Have you ever been sticky before though, Sam? It's not a good feeling.
I
Like
hate
if
it.
you
I
pour
hate
like
it.
Coke over your skin or something, it's just shit. It's like I want this off.
Yeah, no, it is
I can't
horrible.
even get
It's
my
not like
face
a
painted.
big happy ball. Yeah.
I'm about I can't have my face painted. I hate the feeling. I just don't want it. Ugh. Get it out of here. Alright,
And there's
it's
no
out.
enjoyment of getting rid of it. There is enjoyment of itching though.
well, Itchy and Sticky Boy, coming back round, and something from obviously my childhood as Sam has just graciously let everyone know about. Would you guys rather, for a dinner for a week, eat 100 acorns or a pine cone?
100
Acorns.
acorns, it's more filling.
Yeah, but have you ever bitten into an acorn? It like dries your mouth out and shit. It's weird. Like,
Why
No
have
one
you
said
been
that I
into an
can't have
acorn?
water as well.
I guess so. Look, you got me there. I never said that.
Ben, when have you eaten an acorn? I've never thought to eat an acorn before.
I just like not vividly, but I remember when I was like younger, like probably even like 13. Never like you can't tell me you weren't interested, like to be like, can you bite into this? I mean, it is a nut.
No, I don't think I've ever tried.
I
I
haven't.
was like, this is not pleasurable. I might not do that again.
Do you think if you ate an acorn in front of a bunch of squirrels that accept you into your culture as one of their own?
Or to go into Mickey, man, boy, brain farts. Am I right, guys? Going
Good
into
job.
the Rick and Morty fan base where the squirrels will take over because you can.
They do run the world.
You are eating their food. Their only source of sustenance.
I've just googled it, and there are some, like I don't know, species or strains of acorns that are edible. Some make you sick, but some are edible. So if you can get the edible ones, apparently it's just like an almond.
Really?
Yeah, I'll Google pine cones. I'm pretty sure they're not edible though.
Can you eat pine cones? Wow.
Okay.
What an interesting search history. Can you eat acorns? Meat definition. Can you eat pine cones?
Meat definition.
What are you talking about? What's going on?
Okay, apparently all pines contain edible seeds in the late season cones. So I think you must be able to eat the seeds inside them.
You gotta eat the whole pine cone, but you can eat the seeds last. That's probably like a nice little dessert for you.
Wait, why do you have to eat the whole thing? I thought it was just optional.
No, you have to eat the entire pine cone. Like, you have to eat what's presented to you, basically.
Okay, well, I'd definitely go acorns then.
Even though it is 100 every day, that is a lot, but...
100 every
Pine
day?
cones.
I thought it was over a week.
Oh, is it 100 over a week or 100 every day for
Every
a
day
week?
for a week.
Oh, shit.
But I was under the impression that that's all you get to eat.
Well,
Is it?
It is all you get to eat, and imagine how bad 100 acorns a day would back you up. I doubt that's something you shit out very easily.
But Ben, were you saying that you can't eat anything else with it?
Yeah, no, you have to eat one pine cone a day for a week, or 100 acorns every day for a week. You have to eat them.
Yeah, but can you... Is that your whole diet, or can I have a Big Mac after that sort of thing?
That's all you get.
Right. Yeah, I'd
I
probably
don't know
go
if the Big Mac
acorns.
is... I don't know if the Big Mac is the first thing I'd feel like after eating either 100 acorns
Or a
or
pine cone.
a pine cone. It's
You're
like,
sitting there, you walk
boy,
up to
I
the
could go for a
register.
Big Mac.
I don't
You're
know,
like,
it's definitely an upgrade if you ask me.
I don't know about you guys, but I just ate a whole pine cone and I could go for a Big Mac. Like, okay,
I know what I'd feel
sir.
I'd feel like dying.
I'd feel like just
I'm never shitting
washing
that
it
thing
down
out.
with a bottle of bleach, to be honest.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh no. Well, how long do you want to go for too, sorry?
What was that,
What was
sorry?
that?
It's at an hour, how long do you want to keep going for?
Not much longer, man. Maybe one more question.
One more question? Yep, cool.
Hit us with the best one.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
This one could be like, okay. Well,
Oh, actually, we do have a little bit of extra time because it was,
We got all
maybe
those technical
5-10
difficulties in the
minutes?
middle.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well,
But, yeah, 2 questions.
I did stop with Will, didn't I? Yeah. Well, yeah, look, that's interesting. I mean, you probably don't want to be eating a pine cone or 100 acorns. Like, both are probably going to be pretty shit. But one that could kind of go either way, I think, is one that's going to be the most debated between the two of you. Would you rather be, at all times of your life, extremely paranoid or extremely naive?
Naive, easily.
Ignorance is bliss.
Exactly. Paranoid. Paranoid's such a shitty feeling.
Yep.
Yep. Fair?
No.
Fair
And
enough.
you
but,
thought
like,
that was
you're
gonna
so-
divide us.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm
look, I
naive
thought
now. It's a good life.
Look, I thought that was going to bring some form of, like, kind of, discussion at the very least between there.
Who did
Because-
you think would go paranoia? That's probably like one of the worst feelings.
Look, I thought probably you would have gone paranoid simply because Sarah would have just gone straight for naive, like with the ignorance is bliss kind of thing. Like that.
Yep,
honestly,
I would go for that. Who wants to live in fear? Like, fear's
But
the
then-
worst.
Then again, so like naive is basically like the idea is that you have a lack of experience or wisdom or judgment, right? So
Yep.
if you're extremely naive, you're gonna have like no idea about anything kind of thing. Like you're so naive that like if someone makes you believe something, gives you like something, you're gonna believe it. So they're like, oh, if you drink water, you're gonna die, and you're so naive, you're just gonna be like, oh. I'll
And
stop
I am
drinking
the most
water."
gullible person you'll ever meet. I already lived that life.
Oh,
You can tell me anything and I'll believe it.
Wow. Wow.
But
Here
I would
we
hate
go,
to live in
folks.
fear.
Living naivety, if that's a word. It is now.
If you tell me it is, I'll believe it.
Yeah, exactly. Shouldn't have even paused to hesitate at all. Yeah, well,
I
I'm
just have
kind of
no
disappointed there.
natural common sense. So if someone tells me something, I don't have that like instinct to question it. I'm just like, oh, you've told me this. Okay, I like you. You're a trustworthy person. I'll take that.
Wow.
But
Wow.
you know, people
There you
take
go.
advantage of that.
You're a trustworthy man.
You're like a salesman's dream.
Yeah,
you
pretty much.
really need this product that's like 10 grand a month. It's going to benefit you so
Sambo-
much, though. I really think you need it. Oh, okay.
That's you guys.
Sambo,
really
do you
stole
know
that,
what
Sam.
do you want to know what I got roped into the other week?
What'd you get roped into?
Pyramid
I
scheme.
invested $1,500 in what is most likely a pyramid scheme.
Oh
So you are 100% correct, my man. If you want to sell me something, I am the best person to sell stuff to.
What was it?
Man, I could talk about this for hours. Maybe in the next podcast episode. The topic can be, what have you been scammed in? And it'll be me talking about my scams for an hour.
That sounds fantastic. I'd love to do a scam cast sometime. That's brilliant.
But look, it might give me some good
returns. Give us a quick elevator pitch of what it was.
Okay, have you ever heard of cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
No. Is that like
Bitcoin
and shit?
Yeah. So essentially there's a company that's made an alternative Bitcoin. So there's all these different types of coins. Bitcoin, Dogecoin, all these other weird coins. And they basically say, give us this money and we will give you good interest rates. So the interest rates they're promising are it averages about 0.9% per day. So I invested $1,500, which was about $1,100 US, which means I'm earning $10 US a day from it. But the thing is, I haven't actually taken any of that money out. They're just telling me I'm earning this amount a day. They could just be in Mexico somewhere living up on my money, and I just think, I'm earning $10 a day. When I go to take it out, it's not there.
Eating burritos and drinking whiskey.
But imagine it is real. This is what's got me. I'm like, okay, I could invest $1,500 and it could be a scam, but it goes on the formula of compound interest. If it isn't a scam and I leave this money in reinvesting the $10 I make for 2 years, I'm going to be a millionaire. So I've said $1,500, I can do without it. I'll risk it. Big risk, big return, basically. So it's most likely a pyramid scheme, but they've got me there. I am gullible and I believed it. And we'll see what happens. Maybe in a year's time you can get me on the podcast and you can interview your first ever millionaire or your first ever homeless person because they've been scammed 100 times.
I can't wait to see how this project turns out. That's fantastic.
I'm gonna make a video basically documenting my journey on it, so we can see what happens.
Tune into
that sounds fantastic.
Richness.
Exactly. If you guys are interested in joining, I'll send you my referral link.
I got about 50 bucks.
Do you want to put in the 1,500 for me?
I have no more money to put in. They've already spent all my money.
On Coronas and cocaine in Mexico.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Look, if you sell all your goods and put my 1,500 in for me, I'll double your money in 36 years' time. That sounds right? Yeah, see? Look,
that sounds a deal. Yeah,
well,
that's how gullible I am.
And you've
sounds like a good deal to me.
For it. Congratulations, sir. You've won the award.
I don't think it's a good award to have.
No, probably not, but you've got it. You've got an award for the
But Ben, so essentially your question is, Ben, would you want to live in fear, paranoia for the rest of your life, or live exactly how you are right now?
Yep,
so
that is the new question I'm putting to you. Would you rather be paranoid for the rest of your life, or continue as you are?
I'll continue.
Would you rather a Mexican cartel living it up on your money, or being fearful your entire life?
I'll fund the cartel all day.
Would you rather be a chauffeur or a shit man covered in fur?
a chauffeur.
Or a shit man covered in fur.
I don't know where that came from.
You know what? I'd go the shit man covered in fur, and then I would get a friend. Okay, listen to this pitch. I have a great way to make money from this. All right, shit man covered in fur. Then Ben, I would let you document a fake documentary of you capturing Bigfoot, right? So I'm Bigfoot. We're both in on this. Then you have like a human circus. Well, not a human circus, but like, everyone come here, $15 entry. You can see Bigfoot. No, well, I'm the shit man covered in fur. They all think that I'm Bigfoot. So $15 entry, tour of the world. I pretend to be Bigfoot. We split the funds. Then I get a shave or something, and then we're sweet.
Sambo, can I just say that you don't have to pretend to be Bigfoot to run a circus if you are a shit man covered in fur. People will pay to see that alone. You don't have to plan this elaborate scheme.
But Bigfoot would gather in the numbers. Like, okay, someone comes up to you, Dylan, they're going to pitch you something. All right, man, $15 entry. Either way, you can see Bigfoot or a shit man covered in fur.
We already know that Dylan's going in either way.
I'm going in either way. I love the bias.
Is this a pyramid scheme? Sign me up.
Sam, I love the way you portray that. You're like, Bigfoot or a shit man covered in fur. You're really trying to swing me there. Or just a shitty man covered in shitty fur. Yeah, you don't want to say. Or Bigfoot. Or just a shit man fur, shit fur.
$1,000 check, or what's in
That's
this
a
mystery
technique I
box?
used to use to talk people out of getting shitty phones when I was working selling phones. Like, they'd be like, oh yeah, I want this phone. It's like, you can get, like, this phone, it's okay. Or you can get the Samsung Galaxy S8. Like, it works.
So we you've only
Are
sold
you one of the people who
Galaxies.
scammed me on this bit currency thing?
I'm not allowed to tell whether I'm in with the Mexican cartel or not.
Because
I'm not
I would
willing
like
to
my
discuss.
money back, please.
No, that's my 1,500 now, man.
No, I'll take my million in 2 years' time. Thank you very much.
You million in what? Dogcoin.
Man,
Those shops are supporting.
Dogcoin. Can I just say though, if I do get $1 million, like I can literally retire in 2 years off an investment of 1,500. Like I know it's a huge risk, but I'm just like I'm chasing those dollar signs. It sounds way too good to be true, but I just if I read like in the paper in 2 years from now that there's all these millionaires from doing this and I didn't take it, the regret you would feel, I couldn't live with myself.
Jesus, just off yourself there and then. The shit man comes in first.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, can't wait for that Dogcoin boom.
oh, it's coming, man. It's coming.
Verbal contract here and now. If you become a 2 millionaire, I get to be your chauffeur and Sam has to be your shit man covered in fur.
The shit man covered in fur.
I can't wait. That's the
I'll
dream
invest in
team.
that circus.
I'll
Yeah.
fund your circus.
Exactly.
Fuck, money all round. Look at us. We're the richest men in the world all of a sudden.
This wear business.
Oh, so
That's
the
right,
shit
charge
man
any
coming in
loss
so
you
doesn't get a
ever
single cent. Drive me around, bitch. I'll get shit and fur all over you.
Don't know why I'm driving you around. Dylan pays me to drive you places. To keep you away from that house.
To get me away from the children. Oh, man.
Oh,
Well, that's probably
no.
not a bad spot to wrap it up. I think.
Yeah, look.
Look, it can only go downhill from here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for more discussions on pyramid schemes, shit men covered in fur, Ben's horrible childhood, as well as crazy fan bases, and if you want to see my documented journey into becoming a brony, then please hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. We're making up all kinds of different content. You've got this podcast, hopefully every week now, all sorts of gaming videos, news videos, got lots of content coming your way.
Cut out the wazoo.
Content coming out of the wazoo, absolutely. But until then, I've been with Dylan Swain once again, and Ben. Actually, Dylan, did you want to pimp anything before you go? Plug yourself or anything like that?
Oh, I don't know what to plug. Maybe just my series on me getting scammed in a pyramid scheme. It's good quality content. Check it out. YouTube.com/C/Dylan Swain. Don't forget the C. I had to change to that URL because I do have an embarrassing YouTube name that I used to go by, Demon Dill. Thank God that's dead, but I've changed it now. Just type up Dylan Swain on YouTube to see me get scammed in the biggest pyramid scheme of 2017.
Sounds great. I hear David Attenborough is actually going to do the narration for that documentary.
Oh, I wish. Well, once I've got my $1 million, I'll hire him for sure. But if it doesn't turn out, I will not be able to afford that. So I'll have to get Sambo to do the good old Star Wars theme song at the start, and maybe some voiceover as well.
I'd love for people to hire me to do the Star Wars theme song at the beginning of everything. But anyway, I've been Sam with Ben and Dill for Banter Lab. Thank you for listening once again to the Casual Cast, and until next time, au revoir.
Bye-bye.